So XRP has dropped more than 10%, and you can see that on the move to the downside, we almost retested the wave Y or the wave X origin, and that level sits at $2.06. And also within this move to the downside, you can see that the 50 EMA also crossed the 200 EMA, further confirming that we are on a bearish trend. And as you guys know, I was looking for a move to the upside to complete the fifth wave, which is this one here, where I was looking at for the fifth wave to reach this region here between $2.33 to $2.35. And it looks like we just about fell short of that target, where we ended up reaching $2.33. And so once we ended up reaching this level, you can see that we ended up getting rejected, and we saw a further move to the downside. And it looks like what we are forming right now is a 5-wave move, with this being the wave 1 and we have a wave 2, followed by a wave 3, 4, and 5, where that fifth wave would then break this level, resulting in a breaker structure being triggered on smart money concept, further confirming that we are on a bearish trend, and you could potentially see XRP tap into this region between $1.89 to $1.96. And so if I break down this structure, what you can see is we have a 5-wave move within this wave 1. So if I remove this and go down to the 5-minute chart, and so essentially what we have playing out here is you have this wave 1 and we have a wave 2 and we have a really deep wave 3, which is made up of 5 waves, followed by a 4th wave and a 5th wave. And we had this move to the upside to complete the wave 2, made up of a WXY structure. And then we have this wave 3 that's currently playing out right now. So if I go on the hourly chart, that wave 3 would be a 1.618 retracement of the wave 1, which is this one here. So if I use the fib tool and bring that down to over here, and so essentially what we're looking at for right now is for XRP to reach the 1.618 retracement level, which is at $2.08 if we round it up. And so because we haven't reached that level yet, it looks like the third wave is still in play, and that third wave is also made up of a 5-wave move, with this being a wave 1, this being a wave 2, we have a wave 3 playing out right now, and then we're going to have a wave 4 that will play out, and a final 5th wave move to the downside. So if I remove this and check to see if that wave 3 met the typical requirements, and so yeah, it looks like we have not reached the 1.618 retracement level as of yet, and so it looks like this third wave is still in play right now. And so it looks like once we see that move to the downside to complete the 5th wave, which looks like this, of course, the third wave is also made up of a 5-wave move, with this being a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So once we see the 5th wave play out, that will then complete the third wave, and then we'll be looking for a move to the upside to complete the 4th wave, followed by a final move to the downside to complete the 5th wave, and that 5-wave structure will then complete the third wave, like so, and then we'll see a pump to the upside to complete the 4th wave, followed by a final move to the downside to complete the 5th wave. And so we could then potentially see XRP tap into this region between $1.89 to $1.96. And what is on the back of my mind right now is figuring out if whether or not what we are forming is a bigger 5-wave move to the downside, where we could actually go even deeper than this target, and we could see XRP potentially tap into this bigger target between $1.08 to $1.29, where what we could see forming is a bigger WXY structure. So if I go on the 4-hour chart and zoom out slightly, what we could have is this being the W wave, and we had an X wave play out, followed by a Y wave, where we'll then tap into this region here, which is a 1 to 1.226 retracement of this W wave here. Now you can see that on the 4-hour chart within the stochastic RSI, we are within the oversold conditions. And if I go on the daily chart, what you can also see is we were within the overbought conditions, and now the bears have control of the market, and of course that's reflected on the price chart. And so on the 4-hour chart, it will be interesting to see if the bulls can regain control of the market and potentially drive the price of XRP up to higher highs. And one thing that I'll do very quickly actually is check to see if we went deeper than the 88.2% retracement level, which sits at $2.09. So we ended up going even deeper than this. So I think there's a strong possibility that what we don't have forming right now is a WXY structure to the upside, where we break this local high at $2.33, and instead what we're going to see is a deeper move to the downside. And you can see that on the 4-hour chart, we have a strong low that's being signaled on smart money concept, And the same can be said on the hourly chart, but I do think that could be broken. And again, that would then trigger a break of structure on smart money concept, further confirming that we're bearish. And we're going to see XRP tap into this region here. Now, because we're not within the oversold conditions on the daily chart, again, we could see a deeper move to the downside. And again, that could mean that we could tap into this region also. But with that being said, we have found support at the 200 EMA 3 times. And so it will be interesting to see if we continue to see that bounce to the upside, where we then potentially tap or retest the 50 EMA at $2.25. But ultimately, I'm looking for a further move to the downside. And so, yeah, that's just my update on XRP. Hopefully you found it useful. And if you did, then feel free to hit that like button. And if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.